Hey, Mr. Jacinthia. Um, I just want to thank you so much for being, of course, an amazing relative. Like, pretty much any job I got as an adult was because of you. I mean, I love you more than X. I love you as a person, but your, your job just to help. Other relatives meant a lot to me. And it's probably not just relatives. It probably help out a lot of people inside this world. And that's why I can never deny you on anything. Like, especially when you ask to learn about stocks. I know it's not going as fast as you thought it was. Well, I thought it would, but I promise you it'll be worth it in the end. Your future self, your future Jacinthia, who's retired, kicked back up with her own mixed drink next to the beach, we'll thank you later. I promise you. Just stick with it. I promise you. But I remember at like one of our, I just went to your house recently. I want to say like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever like that. And I'd actually bought a wedding in Houston, and it wasn't you. Because I asked my mother about it when I brought her the drink. I'm sorry about going into this conversation, whatever like that. But it was another relative from Houston that had somebody who fainted in the front row, and my mom did confirm that I did. Man, I remember a lot of stuff inside of my life, and my mom did confirm that I went to your wedding. I just can't place it. Um, but yeah, sorry about that. I'm not probably really doesn't matter to you. But I should have remembered that because like um, I really love Ray. Like I hope I don't trigger anything. But before I start all the other memories I have of you, I just want to talk about this real quick. Man, I remember I started in at Harris in ballet, and he ended up becoming my supervisor, and it was so awesome, dude. Those white, sorry saying white people, whatever, you know what I mean. It was probably nobody's gonna watch this. They were so confused. Like the other supervisor, the even the Hispanic guy that worked there was confused as well. They was like, Ray worked as a supervisor at Harris. I know how much does he make. I know how much he made. How does he have a BMW or is it like a 740 or 840, whatever it was? It was a mom. It was a beautiful car. How does he able to afford that? And they was asking me, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't, I don't know. But I love keeping people guessing, especially when it's something that positive, And I remember him and I had a conversation inside the boot. Just a nice God, Jesus Christ. Talk about anything. And I know you know this because you're married to him. He was explaining to me. He says, oh, the BMW. He says, I have it registered inside Texas. And he says, yeah, anytime the inspection time come up, I just drive right there. I went to like the Orange, Texas, the Beaumont, Texas, whatever, get it inspected and drive back. So I want to say it had Texas plates on it because I was wondering, well, why does it still have Texas plates or whatnot? And yeah, just a general nice guy, man. I remember he was trying to work out, and he was asking me the supplements that I was taking and whatnot. And then eventually he left, and I want to say he started working in the plants. And yeah, that was the last encounter, man. But I could have had him as my supervisor for the rest of my life. Like the most down to earth person. Remind me of me. Uh, Probably a better version of me. But yeah, just cool and relaxed. I just want to share that story because, of course, I mean, unless he told you and you never knew about that story. But yeah, anytime he needed, y'all had problems with y'all computer, it wasn't even a question, man. I would drop anything I was doing at a dime to come try to help y'all fix the computer just because I loved you, I loved Ray, I loved the whole family. Um, and your daughters were so young back then. Uh, yeah, but I remember going to that house. It was like right off of Highway 14. It's like a two-story home, I want to say, like before the bridge or something. Yeah, I just remember going visiting y'all home, man. And thank y'all for even welcoming me inside your home. Um, but the earliest memory I have with you, besides the wedding, was it was 2002, and I was just looking for a job. And you were like, well, because I went to Harris, and I did the interview for valet. I want to say valet or valet or the buffet, whatever. I want to say valet, and of course it was that group group interview. I want to say the restaurant was called Trade Winds. It was like upstairs. Harris, like their fancy restaurant that overlooked the lake. And they said, so we're going to call out names. And if you call the name, go to here. If you're not, go to here. And my name was called. And of course, the people inside that group didn't get the second interview, the job or whatnot, you know. And then I told my mom, and my mom was immediately like, let me talk to just Miss Jacinthia. And she talked to you. Sure enough, went like straight to orientation. Now that meant a lot. I love that job. Very simple, you know, working inside the booth of the valet, but I enjoyed it. Especially to have a job at that age, whatever like that. So since I was 19 years old in college, and we had like I don't know if you ever got to meet Chad. I feel that like that's some sort of racism. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was, but he had it out for me for some reason, man. And of course, I was going to school and working inside the booth during graveyards. And one time I fell asleep inside the booth. I tried to keep my eyes open, and I remember like I came back to work the next day, and he was like, "I don't know who you know, but you must have some type of an angel inside of HR because I went upstairs, saw surveillance myself, and told them to record you sleeping. You should have been fired." And I was like, God damn, like how much anger does this guy have, you know? Whatever. And he was like, yeah, I went there and went to HR, and they're saying all the papers were thrown out. And I was like, I knew who it was. Magically throwing those papers out, and thank you so much because I really love that job, and you got to let me keep my job, you know. And my bad for being a representation by falling asleep. I was tired that night. School and work graveyards is difficult. I remember in 2005, Andre was working as a bellboy at the hotel at Harris, and he told me, he said, you want to be a dealer at LeBerge at the new casino that's opening? And because he was like, Mr. Cynthia could get us in as a dealer. And I was like, nah. I was so happy driving that little golf cart because I went from the booth into ended up driving the golf cart by 2005. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. And then Dre went over to deal at LeBerge, and I stayed at Harris, being loyal to those people. You know, it was a good crowd. You know, whatever. I should have taken up on the offer and went to LeBerge earlier, but everything happens for a reason. But later, that Hurricane Rita hit, and it tore up Harris, and in 2006, my mom was like, I was looking for a job then. I told my mom about it, and she was like, well, Ms. Jacinthia is at LeBerge in HR, and she could get you on, and you got me on as a bar back. I didn't know what to apply for, you know. I just wanted just an entry-level job, just to have a job, whatever. And I remember it was like, bar back, it was like this war going on. It was like the graveyard and the day shift all wanted to move towards swing shift because it was way more money. So they would work their butts off, and then eventually they would get to move to a spot when the spot would open the swing shift, and you stuck me straight to swing shift. I had a lot of mean eyes, but I don't care. Yeah, but I held that job down until 2007, which you helped me out again. I applied for the dealer position, and pretty sure you penciled my name inside there, inside the classes after everybody was picked. But God, like I loved being a dealer. Like that was like one of my like weirds, like one of my things that I aspired to be. You know, I don't think it's weird. You know, it was just I love numbers, and you get to deal with numbers all day. Plus, you make really well or whatnot. And so, thank you so much for that. And I said, I'm not gonna do like when I fell asleep inside the boot, man. I'm not gonna be a bad representation of you. I did my best, you know. Um, Kept the job or whatnot, and um, trying to think if we had any other contacts in uh, after. I mean, a few times I passed by HR to go get something. I was sitting inside the little inside your main room. It was always a beautiful time just to see you, just to see your smile, you know. Um, and from that, like you have, like that was just like a branch that was extended upon me from you, and from that branch, I was able to extend branches upon other people because I was actually able to help people become dealers, or people that was inside dealer school. I was able to help them learn new ways. So it's like you was helping out people by just helping me, you know. And I just pray all those blessings come back upon you. Then I remember calling you one time. I want to say it's like 2013ish, 2014ish maybe. And I built up my little confidence, and I was like, man, I really need to build up confidence, but I always wanted to thank you for all of those situations. And I called you, and I was like, okay, here it goes. So you picked up the phone, and I was like, hey, Mr. Cynthia, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for getting me all those jobs within my past and just everything. And you're like, boy, we family. I'm supposed to do that. I was like, no, you're not. No. To you, that's a beautiful thing to take for granted. You know, like you're supposed to help out family members, but I promise you, I have other family members who wouldn't have done half that. So, man, all the blessings to you, Miss Cynthia. Like, you really meant a lot, and I told a lot of people about you. Put it that way. And thank you for taking in Alina. You know, she got married. You know, helping her out because there's a situation that she needed, and you helped out with all the paperwork, and it wasn't. I don't think it's just because she was my wife or we were dating at the moment. You know, it's just because you just have a good heart. Um, oh, and thank you for during 2013, during my motorcycle accident. I had no clue that you can apply for something to win that extra $1,000 or whatever like that to like I guess like employees in need or employees assistance or something like that. And my mom told me that you knew about it, and I applied for it, and I got it. Thank you for that as well. Man. Like, there's nothing that you could do to me that would ever make me see you in any different as an amazing person. Um, Thanks for inviting me to your house, beautiful home, and pray for all the blessings. Come, like I said, 20,000 times. I can't say it enough. That you deserve every blessing of life, and you're a blessed person. And love you. Bye.